Quick, grab the pizza, popcorn, and red vines. The show's about to start. Hi, I'm Lizzie Leach from Team A, and this video analysis features how the setting and manner in which the Gilmore Girls character eat reflects their individual personalities. Viewers can learn much about a character by the way they eat, and the Gilmore Girls characters are no exception. And now for a little bit more background on the show. Lorelai Gilmore is a 32-year-old mother. Lorelai is infamous for her wit and sarcasm and her ever-present and vivacious personality. Lorelai grew up with her parents, Emily and Richard, in a very wealthy household. Lorelai had her daughter Rory when she was only 16 years old. Now at 16 herself, Rory is studious and kind. She takes great pride in her schoolwork and everything she does and wants to become a journalist after she graduates from college. About a year after Rory was born, Lorelai packed up the stroller and the toys and moved out of her parents' house to the small, quaint town of Stars Hollow, Connecticut. Here in Stars Hollow, Lorelai found a crew of eccentric local townfolk, a place to raise Rory, and a place to call home.
Are we still talking about Anne?
Alright, so in this scene I will be talking about how the meal displays Emily and Richard's personalities by the way that they eat.
Everyone had them. They were featured prominently in every movie.
So notice the formality of this dinner with the crystal glasses and polished silverware and even the formal dress.
Who? The cartoon. He was always trying to drop an anvil on the Roadrunner's head or shoot it at him out of a giant slingshot or fire it at him out of a cannon. Inevitably, the cannon tilted up, shot it in the air. It fell down and made an anvil-shaped impression on Wile E. Coyote's head.
This is the cartoon?
No, this just happened to me the other day.
So as you watch more of this scene, I hope you notice some aspects that make this meal more formal, like maybe the centerpiece, the multiple forks, or even signals like Richard's bow tie.
Was that the word, ubiquitous?
Depends on where you're going.
That they knew that children would...
Emily and Richard are very wealthy, so they can afford to dine in whichever manner they wish. In regards to Emily's character, she is a perfectionist and will go to the extreme to ensure that things go exactly to her wishes. Richard is a very traditional and businesslike man, but he too does like order. So how does this meal represent Richard and Emily? Well, we equate status with expensive things like crystal and silver. So by eating in this manner, Richard and Emily may be trying to display their wealth and status. This meal represents Emily well because the table is set perfectly and orderly. You don't see dishes from other courses thrown randomly all over the table, and the china and plates all match. Things like this show Emily's perfectionist nature.
Don't get the wrong idea. It's not a big company. It's smaller than ours, but very
Richard shows his traditionalism by sitting at the head of the table. Traditionally, the male of the family sits at the head of the table. Since Richard is the head male of the table, this may be why he chooses this seat. Lorelai and Rory, however, are required to attend these Friday night dinners, so they couldn't choose where they ate.
We are all celebrating with a dinner tomorrow, us and the wives.
You're not big on the Bob?
Bob's fine. We've known him for years. It's that dolt he's married to.
They attend these Friday night dinners in exchange for tuition for Rory's schools, first at Chilton Preparatory Academy and then at Yale University. Although this is not the style in which Lorelai and Rory usually eat, they are still throwing their fun and outgoing personalities into this meal. For example, Lorelai is talking about anvils in the Wile E. Coyote cartoon, which is a rather silly topic for such a formal dinner, thus showing her personality. Alright, in this next scene we see Luke's Diner, one of Lorelai and Rory's favorite places to eat. As you can tell immediately, Luke's is far more informal than Emily and Richard's mansion. Let's look for some things that make Luke more informal than the Gilmore household. Well, first, and probably most obviously, is the construction. Lorelai and Rory obviously don't mind the construction because they are still choosing to eat at Luke's. However, the disorder like this would most likely bother Emily very much, and she would probably choose not to eat here. Next, note the mixed-match cups, plates, and even the tables and chairs are mixed-match. Also, the girls are dressed much more casually than at Friday night dinner. So how does this informality represent Lorelai and Rory? Being so outgoing, the hustle and the bustle of the diner is fun and exciting to the girls. They also are not very serious, and this laid-back atmosphere makes them feel at home. Lastly, Luke is located in the very center of town and provides a place for the girls to interact with fellow town members and be the social people that they are. Essentially, Luke's Diner has the same character and personality as the girls. This is most likely why they choose to eat there.
I swear to God. Tom, you are dead. You hear me? Dead.
There's nothing wrong with the food, Luke.
Oh. Sorry, Tom.
I just wanted to thank you.
Yeah, for what?
For the care package. It was really sweet of you.
How can you possibly say she looked better with the dark hair?
She did. The blonde just seemed like she was trying to be her sister.
The dark hair makes it look like she's trying too hard not to look like her sister. Plus, she does not have the nose for dark hair.
What does that mean?
Dark hair is like a giant light-up arrow pointing to what is wrong with you. Blonde hair, it all sort of blends in a haze of beige.
Nuts. You're nuts.
You're double nuts!
All right, that's it. No more spaghetti and meatballs. Musepa, come get these plates.
Mom!
Every time we have spaghetti and meatballs, you fight.
No, we're not fighting. We're just bonding.
Grandma, I'm starving.
Take these away. Mr. Gilmore's also.
Mom, come on.
I won't fight anymore.
No, spaghetti and meatballs is just too much excitement.
I'm sorry about that. I left work early today, and apparently that caused everyone's IQs to drop 60 points. My food is gone.
Girls were fighting.
Well, I told you not to serve spaghetti and meatballs. They always fight when we have spaghetti and meatballs.
That's not true.
We fight just as much when we have Chinese food.
Can we please talk about something besides food?
Starvation, scurvy, the Donner Party.
I'm having LASIK surgery on my eyes.
Excellent topic.
LASIK surgery, why?
Well, I hate wearing glasses, so I found the best doctor.
Once again, we are back at Emily and Richards. We saw previously how Lorelai and Rory behave when they eat in a setting that they choose.
Right, Dad?
Here, we see how food itself, like spaghetti and meatballs, could be a catalyst to behave in a certain way or bring out certain aspects of our personalities. Perhaps, as Emily suggests, having more informal food on the table could cause Lorelai and Rory to act more casually than they did when formal food was presented. So here is yet another example of how food can help to show our own personalities.
Everyone knows ugly men make the best doctors.
That's absurd.
It's a fact.
Marcus Welby was handsome, and George...
So in conclusion, what have we learned? We discovered that when the Gilmore Girls characters are given the opportunity, the style in which they dine will reflect their personalities. However, we also noted that wherever and however they eat does not necessarily change their personalities and actions, even if the place in which they dine does affect slightly how they act. Food is used to show personality in Gilmore Girls, but food cannot completely change the way the characters act or feel. I hope you enjoyed watching, and for more references on food and media, watch my fellow Team A teammates at teama.wordpress.com. Bye!
Everyone is a little testy tonight.
Maybe she was right about the spaghetti and meatballs.